Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on something that happens billions of times a day, but almost none of us ever get to see: the incredible hidden journey of a single stock trade. You know, you're on your app, you see a stock you like, and you hit buy. That crick feels like the end, right? Well, it's not. It's actually the very beginning of a super fast, high-stakes journey. So let's follow the money and the shares. I love how our source material puts it. It says to think of the market like a map, and this knowledge is your compass. It's perfect. So we're going to use this compass to navigate the four cardinal directions of the market: the investors, the intermediaries, the infrastructure, and of course, the rules. Okay, first stop on our compass, the players. You know, to really get the game, you gotta know who's on the field. And it all kicks off with the most important player of all, the investor. That's you. So in this world, there are basically two kinds of investors. There are people like you and me. We're called retail investors. Then you've got the big fish, the institutional investors. We're talking about massive mutual funds, banks, insurance companies, the ones trading in absolutely huge volumes. Now, here's a really important number you need to know, especially in India: 2 lakh rupees. If your investment application is for up to this amount, you are officially a retail investor. And listen, this isn't just some boring label. It actually changes how you're treated and protected within the system. All right, so our retail investor has decided to buy. They've placed their order. Now let's follow that order as it dives headfirst into the market's pretty complex machinery. So your order doesn't just magically appear on the stock exchange. Nope. First, it goes to your broker. Think of the broker as your agent. Their job is to take your instruction and shoot it into this giant digital marketplace, the stock exchange, with one mission: find a seller who's offering the exact same stock at the exact same price. And boom, a match is found. But this is where the most critical and honestly the most invisible part of the whole process happens. It's like a secret handshake that protects everyone and stops the entire system from just falling apart. You know, in a perfect, simple world, the buyer and seller would just deal directly with each other. You send the money, they send the shares. Easy, right? Well, what happens if it's not so easy? What if one person just doesn't follow through? This is the stuff of nightmares for the financial world. It's called counterparty risk, and a single big failure to deliver could set off a domino effect that brings the whole market crashing down. So how do we solve this huge problem? With a market superhero called the Clearing Corporation, and it has a superpower, a really powerful legal tool called novation. Honestly, if there's one word to remember from all this, it's novation. Okay, this is the magic right here. Look at this. A trade gets matched on the exchange. Then, like a guardian, the Clearing Corporation jumps right into the middle. It legally becomes the buyer to every seller and the seller to every buyer. So what does that mean for you? It means that even if the person on the other side of your trade completely flakes out, it doesn't matter. The Clearing Corporation guarantees your trade goes through. It is the ultimate safety net. So with the trade totally guaranteed, all that risk is just gone. Now we can move on to the final step: how the shares and the money actually officially change hands. This quote from the source material just nails it. Depositories, they're basically banks for shares. But instead of holding cash, they hold all of our shares electronically. We call this dematerialized or Demat form. They're not touching the money. They are just the official bookkeepers, moving ownership from one account to another. This little table really helps bring it all together. You can see the 3 pillars of the whole system. You've got the exchange. That's the marketplace where everyone meets. You've got the Clearing Corporation. That's the risk manager, the guarantors. And you've got the depository, the bank for shares. Each one has a totally separate and absolutely vital job to do. Oh, and remember those big fish, the institutional investors? They've got one more player on their team, a special kind of company called a custodian. Their job is to handle the final settlement for these huge players, basically safeguarding their massive portfolios and making sure every single detail is confirmed and settled perfectly. Okay, our trade is done. It's complete. Now let's talk about the final point on our compass, the rule book. These are the red lines that keep everybody honest and the whole system secure. One of the biggest roles is the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, or PMLA. The whole point of this law is to stop the financial system from being used as a laundromat for dirting money from crime. It forces financial firms to really know their clients and to report anything that looks even a little bit suspicious. And the source material gives us a perfect example of this. So
Imagine a client says they earn about 3 lakhs a year, but then one day they try to deposit 50 lakhs in cash. I mean, come on, that is a massive red flag. And it's exactly that kind of thing that firms are legally required to report to the authorities. No questions asked.
And here's another huge red line you can never cross. Front running. This is basically a broker cheating. They get a massive order from a client, they know that order is going to move the stock's price, so they quickly make a trade for themselves first to profit from it. It's a total betrayal of trust, and it is absolutely illegal.
So you might be thinking, why does any of this matter to me? Well, it matters a lot. Because these rules, these red lines, they're not just annoying paperwork. They are the guardrails that prevent crime, that protect regular investors like us, and that make sure we can all have faith that we're playing on a fair and level field.
All right, let's do a quick pop quiz to see if you were paying attention. After that whole journey, what do we call that illegal practice where a broker trades for themselves just before a big client order?
That's it. Front running. You got it. It's one of those key ideas that separates being a professional from being a fraud. Nice work if you remembered that one.
So there you have it. From one simple click on your phone to a fully guaranteed and settled trade. You've seen the incredible hidden machinery that makes it all work. Understanding this whole system, well, that's your new compass for the financial world. And it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other incredibly complex systems are out there, hiding in plain sight?